Hey guys, how you all doing? Now, there's something that I need to talk about that's maybe been a little painful for me to talk about over the past week, and we're going to talk the UK and the 0 points. I'm going to call it a scandal. It's not really a scandal, is it? But maybe a bit of drama here in the UK about the UK coming last again in Eurovision. And I really want to talk about kind of my thoughts and feelings on why that may have been. Now, before I go on, I have to do a big shout out to James Newman for the way that he reacted to the 0 points in the Eurovision Grand Final. I couldn't be more proud of an artist reacting in that way. So much support from the crowd, so much support from the other artists, and it really showed the camaraderie, which is very, very evident at Eurovision every year, but maybe even more so this year amid all the restrictions that were happening. Now, the 0 points came in. I wasn't hugely surprised. And when I say that, I'm not going to say it's all political, it's all about neighbour voting, because for me it's not at all. The quality of songs in the Eurovision Grand Final this year was absolutely outstanding. The staging, the performances we got, and the vocals. And James had a fantastic song. I remember when I reacted to the song, I really enjoyed it. It was a banger. It's kind of the song of summer for me, and I will always say that I will be listening to this song in my car, kind of when I'm driving around on sunny days. It's a song that I'm still listening to now. James is a very, very talented songwriter and a very talented artist. I mean, he's won awards here in the UK. I think he won a Brit Award. He's been nominated for a Grammy. We'll all know some of those songs that he did with artists such as Rudimental, songs that we were listening to a few years back. So he's a very talented songwriter. The song was good, in my opinion. I've not come to know James as a performer, and maybe that's where I think the UK is going wrong. Now, I'm not dissing his performance. He did a very confident performance on stage. You could see he was having fun, and that's part of the battle. Make sure you look like you're having fun when you're performing the song. And he loved it up on the stage, and I would never take it away from him. But what I do want the UK and BMG, who are the record label, who are now involved in kind of managing and selecting the UK's artist and song over the next few years, what I want them to think about is star quality. Who can get up on that stage and give a fantastic performance? Who's got good choreo skills? Who can belt out a tune and is very confident in doing that? The thing about the UK's entry this year is it was good. The performance was okay, the entry was good, but it wasn't stand out enough. And I still think the UK's got a lot of learning to do. And I'm very confident that they will be learning a lot from this experience. Now, when I talk about star quality, I think about some of the names that are thrown up in the UK of kind of potential entrants. Everyone says Adele. Well, it's not going to happen. She's too famous. People will band around names like Ed Sheeran. Not going to happen. Too famous. Doesn't need Eurovision. But we have so many talented artists that are kind of already well known and names that have come up before. And I'm thinking about people like Fleur East, and I think back to her X Factor performances and what an amazing job she did. I remember when she came onto the UK X Factor and performed her kind of first solo single, Sax. She looked like a very well established artist who had been around for years and years and years. And I can imagine a song and a performance like that at Eurovision for the UK would just be incredible. Alexandra Burke is another name that comes up, a very, very talented singer. You're going to get a fantastic vocal from her. She's shown us she can do choreography if she's doing an upbeat song, but if she's doing a ballad, her voice and her high notes will just send chills through your body. Another artist, I don't know if he has been mentioned in terms of Eurovision, but I would love to see a song in his style with his incredible voice, is Callum Scott. Now, I know that he's very well known around Europe. He's well known here in the UK, but still quite a new artist. He's not been around for a long time. He did an incredible duet version of one of his songs with Leona Lewis. It was covering me in Goosebumps. It's just beautiful to listen to. So I think those are the types of artists that we should be looking to get onto the Eurovision stage to represent the UK. Now, in terms of staging, maybe the UK got it wrong this year with the giant trumpets. I know everyone, when they heard James's song, was saying, we want to see trumpets on stage. But we had these 2 giant trumpets, and then we had these 4 dancers who were also on trumpets. Maybe it would have been enough a few years ago, but in this competition, in this day and age we're in now, probably not enough. And it turned out not to be enough on the night. Now, I really want to see the UK with a bigger budget for staging at Eurovision. The UK isn't known for putting on huge talent shows. Maybe that's something more we would see from a commercial channel like ITV. But I think this is really their opportunity to show that they can stage a fantastic Eurovision performance. We got the pyro in the end in James's performance, and it did make a difference. But I almost felt like the idea in itself wasn't creative enough. And we saw from so many of the performers this year in the grand final, these really creative staging ideas that came to life on stage and really made the songs shine. And that's what we really need from the UK. We need maybe a bigger budget for the staging, some very, very creative ideas. And that doesn't mean you have to go all out and be over the top. Sometimes the best ideas can be some of the simplest ones. And we saw that with countries like Ukraine this year. I mean, it was a pre-made stage with some ring lights and some bowls of grain. I mean, what could be more simple than that? But it was a fantastic performance, a real standout. Now, I'm going to call out to all of those of you that say the UK should leave Eurovision. It's all political. We're never going to win. It's only neighbours voting for neighbours. And let's not even talk about the UK and Ireland exchanging points on most years. However, I really, really disagree with you. The UK can win Eurovision. If they don't win, they can turn it around. We've seen countries like Switzerland and the Netherlands do that. Look at how their results have shifted over the past kind of 5 years or so. The Netherlands were hosting the thing this year. So it can happen. And countries like the Netherlands or Switzerland, typically we're going through long spells of not doing very well at Eurovision, but I'm sure that they didn't get the same kind of calls of, it being rigged and political voting, etc. There will always be a little element of political voting in Eurovision, of course. Neighbours will always vote for neighbours. Sometimes the artists are always very well known in the neighbouring country, so it's bound to happen. But think about the countries in Europe voting for a UK artist that they already know of as well, such as Callum Scott maybe, and see how that would turn around our fortunes. Now, I said that I hope BMG were going to learn from the experience, and I really, really think they will. They've got such a huge pool of songwriters and artists that they can call on to do Eurovision. And I hope that these artists don't see it as a kiss of death. And what I'm going to say is that James Newman has done a fantastic job in taking the 0 points, coming last in Eurovision, and he's turned it into something positive. It's not ruined his career. He's got a song in the top 50 in the UK charts now. It's fantastic promotion for him, and I really hope that people look to him now for inspiration in terms of taking part in Eurovision for the UK. The other thing that needs to change is the kind of public and media perception of Eurovision in this country. Now, I have seen a bit of a shift. You can see the BBC are taking it more seriously, but there's always kind of this element of, it's a joke, it's not serious. What I really hope is that people watched it last weekend and thought, God, actually, this is quality music. These are great singers. We need to be involved in this. We need to be high up in the positions. We need to let our artists use this as an opportunity to carve a big career for themselves on an international stage. And we need to look at it with some kind of pride and patriotism and not see it as a joke, because it really isn't a joke. It's a very, very serious competition. Who else could have put on this huge competition during this pandemic? And the talent that comes out of Eurovision is amazing. And what I've loved seeing is kind of the chart positions of some of the non-English songs in the UK chart, such as Voilà, Zitti E Buoni, Shum. They've all made the UK charts in the past couple of days, all in the top 100. So the media really have a part to play in this, and that includes the BBC. Now, I'm not going to knock the BBC because I've seen the team, I've seen the effort they put in, and they really, really want to do well at Eurovision. But it's not just them. They need the support from the public. They need the support from the media, and they need good established songwriters and artists to get involved, and they need the budget for good production. So yeah, I'm never going to listen to It's All Political, and I will always call people out when I hear that. I see lots of these comments on Facebook, and yes, we're not going to pull out of Eurovision. It pulls in a huge audience every year. Why would we want to not be part of that? I think nearly 8 million people watch the grand final in the UK. I don't even know what percentage of the UK population that is, but it's big for Saturday night viewing. So guys, let's keep positive. Let's hope that BMG and the BBC are going to learn from this experience, and I'm pretty confident that they will. And let's start supporting our artists that go to Eurovision and turn around this kind of this UK perception of the contest. I really want to see a good UK placing on the leaderboard in the next few years. And I'm not necessarily talking about a win. Yes, it may not happen, but wouldn't it be fantastic to break into the top 10? I'm pretty sure that would help the UK on its future Eurovision journey. But guys, anyway, would love to know what you think. Let us know. Who would you like to represent the UK? And I know there's going to be shouts of Adele and Ed Sheeran, etc. It's never going to happen. But what other artists can you think of that would do a great job for the UK at Eurovision? Also, any songwriters that you know, drop in the comments down below. Let's see how we can move this UK Eurovision journey forward. And I'm very, very excited to see it. But until the next video, guys, see ya.